beautiful people, what's up? Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Entertainment Recap Show with the Vibe Queen live on Afrobeats Global. Yes, baby. And if you're confused on what we do on the Entertainment Recap Show, I bring to you all the trending news, the trendy gist in the entertainment space. And not to waste much of your time, I'm just going to go straight into it. Now, let's talk about Kizz Daniel. Well, if you must know, Kizz Daniel had his show in the UK yesterday, Monday, the 6th of May. And everybody's talking about it. Apart from the fact that the hall was packed. Hey, but though for a reason. I feel like we're taking this our fan base name so seriously, Verdicts, because tell me why the hall was packed. Like everybody seemed to have had so much fun because I mean, up until now, I still keep seeing videos, pictures online, people having so much fun. Now, I'm going to just share with you some major highlights that I stumbled upon. Now, the first one is going to be when Kizz Daniel brought out his wife on stage. Hey, I go love. Now, so many people have been saying, well, he's giving Davido and Chioma vibes, but who cares? The most important thing is that this guy is in love. As in, see, immediately I stumbled on that video. The next thing I did was to go to his wife's Instagram page and story. And what I saw, oh my, it shocked me. It just made me keep screaming, God, when? Because I saw a video of her at backstage with Kizz Daniel, and she just put his name, Oluwatobi Loba. I am proud of you. Hey, when a woman calls your full name, you should know that she's so in love, and of course she's so proud of you. Now, apart from that, I also stumbled on some videos where people were hailing her while she was having fun when Kizz Daniel was performing on stage, and they were saying Kizz Daniel's wife, our wife, and she was vibing. She looked so good. The leather jacket, hey, I loved it. And guess what? Kizz Daniel and his wife did not just go to that show alone. They went with their son. Hey, this new family man side of Kizz Daniel that he's trying to push outside, I totally love it, don't you? Now, another major highlight for me is going to be a particular video that I stumbled upon. Now, so many people started commenting saying that I love what Kizz Daniel just did because men also deserve some love. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, well, you know that Ruga for a while has been trending when it comes to when he's performing on stage, how he brings some ladies on stage and how he rocks them and does all of that, or Malay and the likes. But hey, that is how Kizz Daniel was calling on somebody from the audience, and we were all expecting to see like one woman with one big booty, and people were saying, hey, Kizz Daniel will not disrespect his wife like this since she's present. But guess what? Kizz Daniel actually invited a man on stage. No homo, please. And definitely, guess what? He was vibing. I am so sure that if anybody could get an information from that guy right now, he is feeling so fly and on top of the world because he was seen standing just beside Kizz Daniel and he was performing and performing alongside Kizz Daniel and he was making videos. Hey, hey, that my phone I will guard them with my old art because when I get home, I'm going to show all the world that guess what? I was standing right next to Kizz Daniel and performing his songs with him. Anyway, amazing stuff. Well, while Kizz Daniel was doing his own thing, of course, Davido also shut down his performance ground, doing stuff. And yeah, we're so proud of Davido. We're so proud of Kizz Daniel. And I feel like, hey, are you sure that we will not look for one musician guy to marry like this? Because this new side of our musicians, showing off their family and all, I totally love it. Now, talking about men in the music industry who are so proud of their wives and who are not even ashamed to flaunt them, I'm going to talk about Adekunle Gold. Now, so many people have been asking what is really wrong with Sam Clef. Now, recently, Sam Clef has been in the news, and most of the times, not for good reasons per se. Like, he's been seen dragging one person or the other, calling out people. Sam Clef is the latest person that knows the history of almost everybody in the world, and he feels like he's totally enjoying the attention. Now, because tell me why anybody would want to call out Simi, who is so gentle. Like, I feel like that is one celebrity who is not controversial. But recently, Sam Clef decided to dig out some historical facts, and he stated that, well, there was one time that he was Simi's helper. He was the one, back in Daystar Church, that in fact he was one of the few good people who did not sleep or mess up some choristers or some members of the church, that he knew some people were doing bad stuff. And I mean, he was giving some accolades to Pastor Sam Adeyemi, the pastor of Daystar Church, and he was saying, back then, see me, and all of that. And Adekunle God had to come for him and say, then bad dear, you do not dare. You do not do it. In Bimbo Ademoye's voice. You don't do that. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you decide? Let's say whatever even happened. Like, why would you decide to even start calling out somebody else's wife? And it's not even like you guys had anything, sexual or something. And Adekunle Gold, like, gave him a big warning. But guess what? Like, Sam Clef, like, people will say that it feels like he enjoys the attention. He came back again and said, Adekunle, you're a boy. Don't say anything. You don't have anything to say. And guess what? Adekunle Gold came back at him back. By now, if you do not know that, Adekunle Gold is one of the people who has got savage responses in his pocket like this. He doesn't search so far for it. And he gave it and he said, you know what? A fool at 40 is going to be a fool forever. If you're claiming that you helped so many people, like, why have you not helped yourself to blow again? Like, you are in the past and stay where you belong. And I'm like, yeah, that one is painful. Now, let's also talk about, our own Nigerian musicians who are, very protective of their wives. Let's talk about Portable. You see, Portable and his wives, they remind me of why people say, no, put your mouth inside love. Because when was it that Portable was still dragging Bewaji, his first wife, saying that she should leave his house, and they were doing like they were in some messy fight? The next news I saw about them, it shocked me, because Portable and Queen Bewaji, they were actually on a flight to where? To Kenya.
God bless you. Keep in mind, thank you for your attention. Your crew
The next video I now saw again, it shocked me the most, because they were playing love in Kenya, and Portable was just saying, you know what, I'm taking care of her, my woman, and they were all lovey-dovey, and I'm like, hey, so this is love. Okay, guys, on to my next gist. Now, let's talk about the fact that this Wizkid and Davido brouhaha is actually not likely to end soon. Apart from the fact that I saw, some members of the 30BG fan base, when they were doing like a video at a certain local government. The local government had like faces of celebrities that served, like they were youth corpers, and they had like faces of Don Jazzy, Davido, and the person was like, Wizkid's face is not here, your Wizkid no servo. And so many people have been coming after each other. In their own words, they're taking sides with their fave. Like, even though I do not even see any sense in this, like, you can love everybody, and you don't have to love everybody. If you don't love this person, you don't have to drag this person. They don't necessarily have to be in a competition. But what do I know? Now, there's this particular Baba, actually, on Twitter, he tweeted something, and it was like, Wizkid is forever his own 001, that Davido is 003. And Davido responded to him and said, you know what, you just dulled the breakthrough for your generation, because I was going to come to Abuja and use you as my hairstylist, and you were going to cut my hair and ask about me. Like, most of the barbers that I know, I've actually opened a shop for them. And people were like, see the way you were supporting somebody now that might not even respond to you any day soon or any time in this life. See the way you've dulled your shine. And guess what? That's how this guy came out again with his full chest and said, I'm not going to apologize. You cannot make me take back my words on my own favorite artist. I still stand on the ground that Wizkid is my favorite. And guess what? This fan base worship thing came up again. And people that belong to, Wizkid's fan base alone and didn't like Davido, they were like, you know what, we have to prove Davido wrong. Davido is not God. How can you say he's dulled his breakthrough? And they started donating money for this guy. Somebody actually booked him a flight to Lagos from Abuja. Somebody sent him 2 million naira, another person 200k, and that's how people started donating for this guy. And I'm like, gosh. The funniest thing is these guys are just using this thing to create publicity for their music, because Davido is dropping a song soon and Wizkid might be dropping too. So you guys, let's just be putting sense in some of these things that we are doing. Now guys, my last gist for this particular episode is still going to be on Davido and Wizkid. Odumodu actually stood his ground on the fact that he cannot disrespect Davido, that Davido was the first person to, accommodate him and I think maybe make him get on a flight or something. And guess what? Davido actually gave him a backlash, like he's not buying that story, because there was a time when Wizkid tweeted something about the fact that people should tell Odumodu that he is a fan. And Odumodu actually said, number one, Odumodu was, appreciative of the fact that Wizkid recognized his music. And yes, it was hailing him. I feel like this offended Davido, because when Odumodu now restated the fact that he cannot go against Davido, Davido was seen in a particular comment which insinuated the fact that Abeg got choose one side. Well, that's not literally what he said, but that's what the comment insinuated. When will all this drama end? But like some people will say, we are here for the drama. If there is no drama, how will I even have gist to spill to you guys? So guys, thank you so much for watching this particular episode of the Entertainment Recap Show with the Vibe Queen. And yes guys, wait till the next episode, because of course, as usual, I'm going to be bringing you fire. But before then, please drop your comments, subscribe to our YouTube channel at AfrobeatsGlobal and our sister brands at VoiceStone. And yes, you can follow us across our social media platforms at AfrobeatsGlobal and AfrobeatsGlobal Studio, and yes, at VoiceStone. You can find me on Instagram at omobolanle_. Till we meet again, guys, it's the Vibe Queen signing out. I love you. Stay safe. Goodbye.